Hey YouTube, this is a taxi video and this is simply a video to explain to you who I am, what I do and why I am creating these videos. It's also a tribute to my favorite teacher from school, Mr. Olsen. Check it out. Hey YouTube. Are you there? I've decided to create a video to explain a bit more about who I am, what I do, and why on earth am I now uploading videos to YouTube. So I'm sitting in a cab, and you might wonder why am I recording in a taxi. I've been in Saigon, Vietnam for a couple of days, and I was here to mainly record videos, and I was struggling to find the right place, the right light. I thought I had it all planned out, it didn't work. So now I'm in a taxi because one of my friends said that seems to be where you get the best light and the best sound. A bit bumpy though. So let's go back to the beginning. Who am I? My name is Tomas Bay. I live in Hong Kong. I'm also known as Coach Bay, and my website is coachbay.com. And for several years now, I have been helping people, executives, startups, people in business to do better presentations. Help them pitch their ideas, present proposals, and share stories to influence an audience and make them inspire, motivate them to action. And I was getting to a point of, I was running out of time. I can only do that much one-on-one. So I was talking to myself and I was thinking, how can I do even more? How can I reach more people? And YouTube is an obvious answer. I can create videos, I can share tools, tips and tricks and reach more people around the world. So here we are. So why am I doing this? What is the deeper reason? I mean, I've been around stories and since I went to school, and one of my early inspirations was my class teacher, his name was Mr. Olsen, and every week he would allocate a full hour where he would either read a story from a book or he would tell a personal story, and his personal stories were simply amazing. Now I don't know whether they were all true, but he was such a good storyteller that he drew us into these stories and kind of like just took us on a journey where we couldn't let go. I mean, it was stories full of good people, bad people. There was a story about the man with the long arms who could basically reach to the first floor of your house without a ladder, and he could look in through the windows. You could climb through the windows. I'm not going to go any further, but as a kid, that was phenomenal. Now, I'm originally from Denmark, and every summer we take the family. I go back to Denmark, and for the last 5-6 years, there's been a tradition where I would go and meet some of my old classmates from primary and secondary school. And also this summer we were 8-10 people getting together, having a great meal, talking about the past, talking about where we are, talking about the future. And at one point, one of my classmates said, "So, how is Mr. Olsen doing?" And another one responded, "He's doing fine. I mean, he's retired, he's living a good life with his wife, who is also retired, and she also used to be one of our teachers." And we moved, the conversation moved on. Now a couple of days later, I'm sitting in my parents' house. It's the day before we return to Hong Kong, where we live. And I get this text message on my phone. And I'm like, what's that? And it's one of my classmates just wrote, very sad to report, but Mr. Olsen is dead. I was like, what? And I read it again. I was like, very sad to report, Mr. Olsen is dead. I'm like, no. He's my favorite teacher. He is younger than my parents. That can't be true. But it was. None of us knew, but he had cancer, and a bad one, and it came really fast, and he's gone. Now, fuck cancer. So that took my thinking, my thoughts back to my school time, and I thought even more about what he actually did and how his stories inspired people, whether it was through the books or through his own stories. And I was like, what a skill, and how big an impact by telling these stories and sharing them with people. So I was like, I want to do even more. I kicked my ass and said, dude, you can take this to the next level. How can you help even more people? And here we are with YouTube. So I'm doing this to naturally help more people and get more out and share tools and tricks, but also to honor Mr. Olsen. Great dude, great guy, great teacher. And yeah, so I know you all have things you want to share with the world, whether it's your own stories to influence, inspire, or whether it's presenting ideas or stuff that you've made that you want to sell. And I'm gonna give you tools and tricks and techniques that will help you do that. Now, this is gonna be, obviously this is on YouTube, so feel free to add comments, questions. I have ideas to what I want to do, but I will be listening to you. I mean, you're the guys with challenges, whether you are afraid of public speaking, or you're struggling to put together a pitch, or you don't know how to use a PowerPoint to make it more simple and elegant. Ask, and I will respond. So thank you for listening. This is my story from a taxi in Saigon, and I am gonna go back to my ride, where I'll be arriving at a cool place soon, where I hopefully will shoot some more video. So stay connected, subscribe to the channel, and let's go and create some awesome presentations and share some inspiring stories. Over and out. Boom.